ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Marcus, President I'm here with the one and only Hubert. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's one of them days. We have two games to review, and none of them are good. Um, I just want to say welcome to everyone listening to this podcast. I appreciate the fans that I've run into out in the wild. We do appreciate you lunatics.
Surprised that they exist.
Yeah. We appreciate you lunatics who actually sit through and watch the whole thing. So we want to thank you all. But it is us, Dallas Bear Guardians, and this is Blood, Sweat, and Beers. And it's a lot of tears this week, unfortunately, because we are 0-2 on the road away from, well, I mean, we're not great at home, but we're 0-2 this week on the road. First, with round of 16, U.S. Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup against the Red Bulls, which we really should have won. I mean, we're not going to call any names. Romario needs to get kicked off the team.
Did you see that they were talking about on the broadcast that the last time these two teams played in the Open Cup, it was the Metro Stars against the Burn?
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, it's weird. So
kind of
it's
cool.
Weird. Yeah, I mean, I love it. It is an interesting tidbit. Like, I really think MLS is missing out on some of its heritage, not having like an Originals Cup or something where like the original 8, 9, is it 10? What was the original? It was 8, right?
I think it was 8.
The original 8 don't play each other. I think that'd be pretty awesome. But again,
yeah, I mean, you see how excited we got about Brimstone Cup, right? So
exactly. You know, MLS likes to pretend that soccer started in '94 and then conveniently forget whenever it's convenient. So
soccer started whenever David Beckham signed with the Galaxy.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We call that the DP era, pre-DP, post-DP. So we were against the Red Bulls. I'm going to shout out against to Mohamed Sofo. Is an absolute beast for them.
A monster. Holy cow.
Very long career. I see him going to one of the many Red Bull clubs around the world.
Yeah, and good for him if he does, but I kind of would like to see him stick around a little bit.
No, for sure. And again, this is what the Open Cup is for, right? You give the young guys an opportunity. Because as I'm a big critic of MLS Next Pro, and this is one of them things. If he did this against other academy kids, I wouldn't care as much, but he's doing it against proper professionals.
Yeah.
You can see the skill there for sure. But
I mean, he did it the last round too.
For sure. So, no, I think the last 2 rounds, because he went to Colorado and absolutely smashed them.
You're right. Yeah.
But yeah, we opened the scoring with Bernie, which again, back-to-back goals for him.
So nice to see Bernie looking confident.
I know, right?
I think what I've noticed is like he's not doing that thing where he like overthinks the move.
Yeah,
he's just doing it, and that's really nice to see. I hope that lasts because I feel so bad watching that trajectory.
Yeah, no, I like. I mean, he's a professional. I think he'll figure out what he needs to do. My only issue with him, and is the issue I have with everyone not named Iron Robin, from if you're that strongly left-footed, you need to play another sport, because if you're so predictable, it's really, it's like in basketball. I'm gonna put you right because I know you can only go left, so I'm just gonna do the one.
Yeah, it better be magic.
Right. And it's only the one guy who I've ever seen. Everyone knows where he's going, and yet could not stop him. At all. And that was 15, 20 years of doing that. So,
well, listen, as a Mexico fan, you don't have to tell me about how annoying Arjen Robin is.
I'm telling you. I mean, the man is, So, and then, open and burning the 28th minute, absolutely beautiful. We go into head. Me at halftime, I thought we could have been up 2 easily.
I agree. Yeah. And we looked a little confident too, which was nice.
Yes. And, I think even, Musa came in, and the whole game plan, I think, almost came together, except for the thing that we realized we're lacking the most is a proper 6, and there's nothing we can really do about it.
And there's no one to control it at all.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna go through the stats right quick before we review the game.
Go for it.
Shots. The Red Bulls had 19, 3 on target. We had 6, but 4 on target. So I guess that's better. Possession's never really been our game, so it's 62-38 them. So that's
wow. I didn't realize it was that lopsided. I know it was
pretty bad. Passes 750 them, 470 us. Passing accuracy 85 them, 75 us. That's terrible.
Ooh, 75 is horrible.
Yeah, wow. And then obviously we have the 4 yellow cards, 1 being a double yellow.
That is what it ended up being then, a second yellow to a red, not a straight red.
Yeah, it was the
Not that
second.
it matters at this point, but
It really doesn't. And then for some reason, this might be. I mean, I'll call this progress. Bernie didn't have a single offside this game.
hey,
Like that's
that's good.
crazy,
I'll take
right?
that.
I mean, I'll take it as well because that's
Well, and
one
he
of those.
was right in that line too all game. That's how he got
No,
that ball. It was a bad bounce, and
no, it
he
was.
controlled it.
And then yeah, so that was. I mean, to be honest, it was a good game. We should have won. I hate penalty kicks. It's a crapshoot all the way around. Don't do a Panenka ever again.
You can definitely stack it against yourself, though.
That's an absolute fact. Who missed
Well,
the
we,
last
we
one?
can complain about the penalty kicks in a little bit, right? Once we're done going through the regular time.
I mean, to be honest,
Or you just want to jump into it at this point?
it was a terrible game that we threw away. I will say we got to give the little magician his credit. That goal, he could have easily fallen down and called for a penalty, and he's like, "No, I'll just stay on my feet." And absolutely to the near post. Goalkeeper was leaning to the far post, and absolute banger. So
It's the moments of magic thing, and one of the things that really pisses me off too when we're talking about the penalty on top of that goal is, I mean, he pants the keeper.
oh yeah, the keeper was standing.
He absolutely launched the keeper the wrong way.
Yeah,
so like he's got the magic, man. It's just the brains and decision making sometimes is.
yeah, because
I don't know, man.
People say that's a sitter, but I've seen strikers kick that directly into the goalkeeper's chest. So
listen, we had Christian Coman on this team, right?
Hey.
God bless him, but that
Coman,
snake bite got him every time.
I'm telling you. I mean, to be honest, a lot of his sitters weren't real sitters, right? Like there was one running towards the pole and he missed and hit the pole, and that to me was the end of his Dallas career.
That was the embarrassing one. Yeah, I remember that.
And then he went back to Colombia and had an absolutely awesome career. So
I didn't believe it when you first told me. And yeah, dude, blew up. He was fine.
Yeah, it's one of them things where like sometimes your environment dictates more than your skill level. Like I don't think anyone will argue that kid was skillful. I think he just wasn't right here. Same thing with Cobra, right? There was an entire contingent was like, oh, Cobra is a bust. I'm like, hey, we didn't pay for him, so I don't know what the bust is. We got him on the free. He wasn't DP money.
We didn't even shop for him.
Exactly. I didn't even know
how it was an MLS find, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And that also leads me to believe that MLS has a scouting group and not per team. Like, because every offseason, a specific team or league will get rated by MLS. And I'm like, oh, that's what you like. I think it was last year was the Israeli league where we just rated whole club.
Yeah, all of a sudden, a bunch of Israeli players. This year was the French second league.
I'm like, so we think the Israeli league is quality now? Okay,
that's the way to go, huh?
Sure.
I bring up one more thing with Coman, and we can move on, I guess. But the other problem with Coman was that he was getting paid $1 million, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was deep. Well, he wasn't getting paid. He wasn't getting paid that much, but we paid quite a bit because the way the DP works is that the transfer is rolled into your salary or your hit. So that was the issue with him.
But that made it worse than someone like, say, Cobra.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I prefer paying a young kid like him that much money than
that's fair.
What's our guy that we just got rid of that we got from Mexico 5 years too late?
Franco Jara.
There we go. We were paying Franco $1 million change, and that was absolutely disgusting.
But yeah, I mean, if we want to keep talking about the penalties, I can't believe that your left back is shooting. What was it, fourth? And
yeah. I mean, we got rid of all. We benched all the attackers early.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I'm surprised that other players aren't more capable at shooting than your left back. Like Siki was still on, right? And he didn't take one.
No.
Like I would assume Siki probably has a better shot. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's a penalty kick thing. And I want to say they're defending him from like out of Bruce. He's not that young, I guess. And then your fifth taker is 22 years old. First run with the first team.
That was Nelson, right? Not Nelson.
No, it was Pedrinho. Pedrinho was the fifth shooter.
And then that kid, love that kid, but he's still a kid. What type?
Yeah, I just can't understand making that your fifth man.
I mean, when you think about who was on the field at the time,
and maybe you're right. Who was on? Let's break that down real quick. If do you have the roster in front of you by any chance?
Well,
I think we can pull it up real quick. It's crazy to me that you have a left back shooting in your first five, and that you unless it's a wing back, and we know Marco's not the wing back.
Let me see.
And you have a kid shooting fifth. Like that's insane to me. All right, hold on. I think I have the lineup here. So your options here were.
Oh wait, Siki didn't play the Open Cup game. He played in Seattle.
Oh, I'm flipping it from the Seattle game.
Pax
So
was on. Logan
Julio,
was on. Yeah.
Musa, Gaike, Moore, Abubakar, Osaze, Nolan. Yeah, I guess it isn't as shocking, I guess, at that point.
Well, no. So these were the people that were on at the end because we.
Oh, I'm sorry. My app wasn't showing the subs. My bad.
Yeah. Paxton came on. Farfan came on. Glad to see that kid back. Although I still have issues with him. Pedrinho, Logan, and Ibiaga came on. So
yeah, I guess I'm not as pissy looking at who was on. I
would
it's
have
kind of
said
shocking.
I would have said Paxton instead, but the last time Pax took a penalty kick, it was a couple years ago against Portland, and he absolutely skied that ball. Like I'm pretty sure it's still.
Wait, was it not the Miami game? I thought it was the Miami one. Wasn't that the last penalty that lost?
Was it the Leagues Cup game?
I thought it was. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did tie. He did sky the ball. Yeah,
that was painful.
Yeah, you're right. Right in front of his idol Messi too. That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess for me, my thought is I'm okay with Pedrinho taking a kick. It's just wild to make it the pressure fifth kick to me. And maybe I'm over reading into that. Maybe, people I think maybe put too much value on player psychology sometimes. And, maybe it doesn't affect him that much. I don't know. But
my issue, especially as a kid, right? You should do the basics. Like Lucho doing the Panenka, that's fine, right? You're a veteran, you can do that. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm pissy about it, but at the same time.
Yeah. As a young kid, you need to pick a corner and hit the ball as hard as possible. That's all I'm asking you. Don't be cute. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be clever. Pick a corner and try to kick it there. Unfortunately.
Do you think he was trying to be cute, or do you think that he just didn't put enough power to get it outside?
He didn't put enough power. Like that wasn't a very difficult save.
He also didn't send the keeper at all.
So
yeah.
But,
well,
yeah, I'm just rewatching the highlights right here, and yeah, the goals we gave up. Oh, right there, Musa kicked it. The double save. You remember that? The Musa Bernie.
That's pretty wild. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was.
I'm really upset about that goal. Like I can't blame it all on Musa, but dang, that's a real bad touch from your.
Okay, so the reason I'm not
he's going backwards though.
He came back in defense and he actually saved us twice. Right. So my frustration with him
context,
is
I guess,
frustration
matters.
we had with Jesus, where it's like I'm not getting the ball, so I'm going to come back and play defense. And I'm like, that's not what we're paying you for, sir. I need you because what he does is that he'll get back the ball, he'll play on defense, he'll do what he does, gets the ball back, and then turn the run, and then Ibiaga or somebody will sky the ball forward. I'm like, no one is there. Your striker is the one who just got the ball back.
If you're lucky, Julio's there. But at the same time, even if he did have a bad touch, like you can't blame the striker on defense, I guess. And plus the team gets mopped all over the floor on the defense after that too.
Yeah. No,
so
I'm watching the Lucho turn again, bro. Like
that Lucho turns insane.
Left the defenders for dead because if they put his foot out, there's a penalty. All he had to do was fall down.
Yeah, no, that was quality.
And then
there were some bright spots this game that makes me angrier about the game.
The tying goal is one of them things where it's like, and what frustrates me the most about those kind of goals is when the announcer is like, "Oh, a wee deflection, a wee deflection." It changed the whole trajectory of the ball. What do you mean?
It changed the entire game, my friend.
Yeah, it's like a wee deflection is like it's going in, but the guy hits it like right at the post. That's not what happened.
Where are you on the Paxton foul? Is that a foul for you?
No. Although Pax needs to learn to restrict his engine a little bit, but other than that,
Yeah, I agree. But man, I guess that leads me to something else. Is we are giving up so many crazy set pieces.
Yeah, we have that bad habit of fouling on the top of the box, and I'm like, one of them. There was actually a foul where like there was no reason. I think it was Farfan, where it's like there's no reason for you to foul the guy. You have two defenders behind you. Zero reason for you to be doing that.
Yeah, I don't know why we're getting so aggressive on some of those things. It's blowing my mind.
So PKs, they score, failed Panenka, top of the post. And then the goalkeeper talking shit as he's allowed to at this point, because when you do that and you fuck up, you get to do that.
I mean, you want to talk about Ramiro? Just straight up at this point?
Yeah, Ramiro's trash. Show comes in, does what he needs to do. Or no, that was Julio. Sorry, not Show. Can we speak about how Show is not showing and we need to send him back to the
at this point, I'm convinced that the Hunts are going to just do the buy just to do it, and I hope they don't. I will lose my mind if they do.
No, we have him on loan until July, right? Can we just send him back? I think
Yeah,
that's
well, and we don't know what the buy is, right? But I've
it's
heard
probably not a lot. And then
I've
Farrington,
heard a higher number once or twice. Well, higher for what his production is.
yeah, I mean, didn't we loan him out and then brought him back? So yeah, Farrington did what he was supposed to. Everybody did solid goals. And then let me go to this.
Look, for me, this game really does partially live or die on Ramiro, right? We can't not have that discussion about his
Oh, what is that?
crap turn.
The shuffle step. Oh my goodness. Oh, kid. Oh no. Oh, okay. Anyways,
Which one just triggered you?
the Pedrino shuffle step. Like
Oh,
you're not.
on the penalty.
I get it. He's not kid. He's 22, right? So at that point, he's been playing.
Fair.
He's been playing a long time, right?
Yeah, I was debating when I was making that argument earlier. Like, he is 22. Like, you're young, but you're not exactly a kid anymore.
Yeah, it's like if he'd have done that in MLS Next Pro Final, we would have yelled at him to do that in a regular season game professionally, right? I personally do not like the shuffle step, right? I'm an old school run up, pick a corner, bang the ball, right? Either the goalkeeper guesses right and the ball's too strong and he can't get it, or he guesses wrong and it's an easy kick.
Yeah,
But
for me, all the best penalties are if you send the keeper the wrong way, you probably did it with your eyes or your hips, right?
yes,
For me, it's not really the feet usually to do it.
yeah, fair
But,
enough.
yeah,
But
I'm not a pro. I can't tell you that.
Ramiro, we're gonna blame him. So both goals, his fault. The red card, I can't blame him for the red card, right? He was, it's one of those.
Well, and that's what I want to talk about. Like, I'm angry about the red card, but I'm debating how much of a smart foul to take that was because
Well, no, I mean it's a Dotso. It's definitely
no one scored on us off that ball specifically.
Well, no, that was if he did not foul him, it was 1-on-1 with Paz. So,
well, I guess that's what I'm getting at. He might have saved a goal with that.
No, I get that. No, the reason you yell at him is you don't turn your back when you're jumping for the ball. I don't know what that is. If you're afraid to get hit with a ball, you probably shouldn't be playing the sport.
Yeah, that's got to be like a lack
of
concentration or something.
Jumping in the way of the goal to bruise his ribs. That's good time. But yeah, you don't. There's zero reason for you to be jumping and turning your back to where it's ricocheting. Because Paz, in my opinion, has that covered going the right way. Right. So that's number one. Number two is,
and it's basic, right? You teach every person defending a free kick that anyway.
Yeah. So the red card is one of them things where so you split the center backs as the six, you fall in the middle so that you have the center backs going wide. When you do that, you need to have sure feet so that we don't run into an issue where you get pressured, lose the ball, and then you really have no choice but to yank them. That being said, the referee, I don't know what the conversation was about. It was a clear Dotso. So I was just, why did we have a 5-minute discussion?
I did wonder why it took so long. I'm okay with the referee talking to all the other referees to make that decision. I don't know why it took so long.
Yeah, I mean, there's no VAR, but I think the fourth
because I'd rather get the right call and you ask all your referees.
Like,
but crazy that it took that long.
The last guy, and then I mean, I love my players and I love all professional soccer players, but why are you arguing? You know what the Dotso rule is. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and what are you going to get it overturned without VAR at this point? Like,
yeah, it was like, why? Like, no. It's a foul, but it's not a Dotso. There was zero. It was him, right? It was him, the player, and Paz. That was it. There was no one else in the picture of this thing. So,
yeah. One more thing, if I'm sure you've watched that replay a handful of times, like I did.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a soft ass tug and a soft ass fall. I think it's the right call still. I'm not arguing against it, but man, everything was soft there.
Yeah, it's that's one of the things where like I can't really blame the player for
absolutely not. I can't.
Because here's the thing: if you let him take 2 more steps, he's in the box and you can't do anything. So,
hey, look, he's for MLS purposes a world-class player, right?
Okay, let's go with that.
No, not Ramiro.
Who?
It was Frostberg. I didn't remember.
Was it Frostberg? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was him. So, like, I don't know. I think 9 out of 10's in MLS. He's going to bury that. So,
fair enough. Yeah. To be honest, so I think I don't like putting all the blame on in a team sport. The same way I don't give credit to one person for championships. I don't give credit to one person if you lose, right? Unless what's that guy in the Dodgers last year that had back-to-back home runs. Like it was the most beautiful thing. He was like a journeyman left fielder, and it's absolutely. I'm like, okay, Otani's not here, and you're out here banging homers, so that's awesome. But
Well,
so we come off that loss. We're now out of the Hunt's namesake cup. Lamar
which
Hunt.
everybody is saying is, our only chance of silverware this year.
Fair enough. I mean, to be honest, we're not in the League's Cup. There's no hope there. I think this year is a rebuild year anyway. I think we need center backs. I'm hoping next
I
year.
need the perspective of that. Yeah.
I'm hoping next year we go out and we do what we need to do. It's a World Cup year. I think next week we're probably, since there's no Open Cup, I think our bonus episodes will be the USO
Let's
chat.
go.
But I think a lot of people need to like take this opportunity to actually get eyeballs. Now, granted, that being said, we're according to my sources, we basically sold out all tickets all year. So we're at 11,000 the rest of the season, sold out. Which, to be honest, was always my understanding, is that that's our season ticket base, about 11,000. So
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's about right. So yeah, we're basically sold out. We're bang average. Also, side note, looking at MLS attendance tracker, only 2 teams are up year over year, and they are Columbus, because they moved one game in Cleveland for the Messi game.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
And Chicago, because Messi came to town. So if anyone's to debate whether or not Messi is worth it to this league, I just have to point out those 2 stats. Everybody else is
definitely a metric mover.
Yes, I mean, whatever we're paying him, it's not enough. No one can argue that. So we lost on Wednesday. We're out of the cup. And then Saturday away at our nemesis. To be honest, I think Seattle might be our actual rival. Because like Houston.
There's some years where it feels that way, right?
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's not just on our end. I always wonder if maybe we're just being the little brother.
They've won and we haven't. So it's obviously just on our end.
I always feel like we're being the little brother when we're playing Seattle.
Yeah, fair enough. And so this is a game I traveled.
It's how I used to feel against the Galaxy, but I don't anymore.
Oh, the Galaxy? Nah. The Galaxy's star power. They used to bet. They bend the rules for the Galaxy for a long time, and then Miami.
Oh, you can go back and see every time a rule change and go, I wonder who benefited.
Yeah, it was like, ooh, what? I wonder what signing the Galaxy's trying to make this year.
Designated players. Interesting. Oh, only a Galaxy can have one.
Pretty much. We call this the Galaxy rule. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, so I traveled for this one. This is my last long distance travel this year, and I mean, I love it. I took the Amtrak train down there. It was absolutely beautiful.
Have you been to Seattle before for a game?
This was years ago. Yeah, many a moon, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And they play obviously in the NFL stadium, but the tracks run right by the stadium. Like there's zero reason leaving downtown to come to the stadium. Is absolutely awesome. Their baseballs. This is how I think almost every sports team should be. Their baseball and NFL stadium are right next to Amtrak stops that run you right through the middle of downtown. So,
oh, that's cool, man.
It's absolutely awesome. And so that was pretty awesome. So yeah, big brother, little brother, or little nephew in our case, because
we'll call it nephew.
They have what, three cups, and we have 1 appearance. So
I couldn't tell you for sure.
Starting lineup, Farrington instead of Musa. I guess.
Yeah, a lot of rotation for that one, right?
Yeah, Musa went 90, so I guess he's not fully back yet. I think this game proved why Farrington's not quite ready, not quite there yet.
Yeah,
his hold-up play, not really, I think, refined quite yet. Can we give a shout out to what's my guy on Seattle, Nuhu?
Oh, Nuhu's a fighter, man. Holy cow!
It's one of them guys where, like, if he was on your team, you love him, but he plays for somebody else, so you absolutely hate him.
I think the commentators even made a comment when it was Osaze Regide and Nuhu, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like 2 players that are warriors on the field." Like, yeah,
no, I every time I see
legend. Him, I don't know what to tell you.
Every time I see him play, I realize what I actually like in a left back is his shoulder play, where most of his plays are just, I'm going to put my shoulder in a way where you don't know which direction I'm going, and then quick step. It's always beautiful. Just a side note, a shout out, I always try to do that on every team. It's like, he's the guy where I'm like, yeah, I wish we had him, or a player of his caliber. But yeah, so Farrington, Julio, Delgado, Pedrino, Romario even back because obviously Open Cup Reds don't count, and Show. I don't. We need Legit back in the worst way possible, and so
Yeah.
as I said, it was his position, Farfan right back. It's one of the
Crazy. Crazy world, man.
yeah, Farfan, Oz, Ibi, and Aruba. So here's the thing. I was questioning why we weren't giving him an opportunity. And the last few games, I'm realizing like he's not an improvement over Ibi. So at this point, we're basically back where we started.
Yeah. Is this the first time they played Abubakar at right back?
Yes.
Which was
at
weird.
least started. First time
that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
And
getting way ahead of us on there though. How about that shot he had at the end? Off the left post. Holy cow. I didn't know he could shoot.
I would
Maybe
say
it was just a good
shot.
touch.
He basically he timed his run perfectly, but didn't slide. I think maybe he would have hit the post. So I don't know if he didn't fully commit, but he just didn't get there. And I think that would have been a much needed tie, in my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely would have boosted my spirits to get a tie in Seattle. Anytime I get points in Seattle, I'd be happy.
Yeah, but seeing
this game actually frustrated me a little bit more than the Red Bulls game did. I'm angry to be out of the cup, but I felt like we were pretty competitive in this game. And
no, for sure.
I'm just so frustrated to lose on a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, so let's go through the stats right quick. So shots, 13 them, 4 on target, 16 shots for us, 5 on target. Possession, almost eerily similar. 62 them, 38 us. So we're not a possession team.
Yeah.
Accuracy, 87 them, 78 us. That needs to be fixed immediately.
Yeah, that's a problem.
1 offside and 5 corners us. So yeah, it's the stats say they should have won, right? Better passing percentage, more than almost double the passes.
Yeah, our highest thing was probably more shots and more shots on target, right?
Yeah, we had more shots and we had more shots on target. And it's one of them things where you're right. I'm about to rewatch what this penalty is, but I think we could have easily, and I think that's the frustration between both these games. We weren't outplayed at any point.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Right. We could have either won or tied in the Open Cup, there had to be a winner, right? But so we could have won that game, and this we could have easily tied and gotten the point.
Well, if you want to talk to the stat nerds, technically the Open Cup game counts as a tie.
You are correct. Yeah, I hate that as a stat.
Yeah, no, that's a weird one.
But yeah. So you say you were upset about this game?
Yeah, it's frustrating to lose on a penalty. And the penalty, if I remember correctly, came off of a handball from Osaze, arm in a natural position. And, get pissed at your defender for having an arm in a weird spot sometimes. I don't know. But it was another one of those free kicks we gave up in a dumb spot that led to it. And we're giving away these terrible spots a lot, and it seems like it's getting worse. I don't know if the players are desperate or if they're just poor decision making or what. Or maybe you're getting beat that many times that your players have to foul someone to win it, but I don't know. I'm getting very frustrated with that, and I'm just grumpy to lose on a penalty. That's all.
So what did you think about the handball, in your opinion?
It's always tricky for me because I feel like every other year I hear that rule read to me differently. I think where they're standing on it now is if your arm is in an unnatural position.
Well, here's the thing. What's a natural position when you're jumping? So here's the thing.
When you're in the air, it's down.
No.
When you're going for the up,
you jump, right?
When you're jumping, it's coming down.
I mean,
but they're going to call it out here every time. Is really what I'm getting at.
Because even they change the rules to if you're sliding and it's your supporting hand, it's not a penalty. So if you're sliding and you put your hand down, but I've also seen where players intentionally put their hand down.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that.
So it's
happen.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
So
based on the history of handballs being called, I can't be mad about it getting called. But
yeah, I mean, it's not hand of God or anything. We're not that upset. But I think it is. It's a penalty, but I'm annoyed because it's not it didn't put FC Dallas in an advantage or put Seattle at a disadvantage because
I agree with that completely. I don't know how much it actually helped.
Yeah, he which is why that's why I'm kind of upset with him is because if you miss it, it's kind of like when there's a corner kick, and you know that there are some of your players behind you, but you force your body in a way where you know you can't get the ball on goal. So you ruin the whole passage thing by putting your head in the way. In this one, if he'd just let the ball go by, I think they could have reset and been fine. So that's what my only frustration is. Why try to reach if you can't reach it, right? So it's a pen. They took care of business. We didn't. That said, I genuinely hate the whole. Why did he take his shirt off? Is this what's the whole?
I've always had mixed feelings about the whole getting yellow for taking your shirt off thing. That aside, I did like that he immediately threw it into the stands.
Yeah,
and then I think who was it ran over and just grabbed him another one. So if you're gonna take your shirt off, I'm glad you at least gave it to a fan.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I've been seeing the shirt come off more recently, and maybe it's just been the games I've been watching.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like when you have a message underneath it, like some, have Mother's Day or
sure,
whatever.
Do a whole thing.
Right? Love that. The whole, yeah, I don't know. And then I think we should probably put. Oh, speaking of, I'm gonna give Rubicard a little bit of shit. That one where he hit the post, where he put his laces through it.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about earlier, man.
Oh, I was talking about the one on the back.
I knew what. Yeah, I knew what you were getting at. Yeah.
That ball. Yeah, that's a striker's ball right there. One bounce.
Yeah, holy cow.
Laces. Fry had no shot at that.
That is a you don't even think about it moment. That guy just took it and holy cow. Have we seen him try to shoot that kind of thing before?
Who?
Abubakar?
I mean, so here's my thing. It's
he's never up there for that, I guess.
No, well, yes, because he's our new Tafari, right? When we're down late, he's a center back we put. Because Ibby's not that guy. So you need an athletic center back that you're going to send for. I personally would have probably put Oz up there because he has really good feet, but Abubakar is the guy we decide that we're going to send forward when we're desperate.
Was he still playing right back at the time? Is that why he ended up wide on the right up top?
Yes.
Okay.
No. So this was the last. That was the last couple of minutes. So we were down. So we just sent him to the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, we were playing 3 in the back at that point. So
okay, I couldn't remember at this point.
Yeah, it was him and Bernie. Like I'm looking at the still shot. It was him and Bernie standing next to each other. So
wow. By the way, Bernie was all right this game too.
Yeah, I mean he's growing in confidence. I think he got a little training. Train him up as a coach speak, right? You train him up.
Yeah. Do you think they'll keep running Bernie up front, or do you think they're? Sorry, when I say up front, I mean like striker-ish, or do you think we're eventually going to move him out wide?
No, it's going to be out
and Bernie.
Once Musa gets back healthy, we need Bernie, Musa, and Julio up top, and then maybe Spring and Chu. Although on the games that he's played, I haven't been. There's not really confidence.
I mean, the vibes we're getting is they're going to sell him for nothing at this point, right? In the summer.
Who, Chu?
Yeah.
I mean, we got him for nothing. He was basically an add-on to a deal.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what do you think about Jesus Pereira's play in this game?
I didn't think he was total crap or anything like that, but man, just watching him have a couple of chances that got blocked back to back or just miss was harrowing, to say the least.
I watched the play and I'm like, can you imagine him, Lucho, and Musa in the same midfield? Like, I think that would have been absolutely magic.
I would have been so interested to see it. I didn't think he was bad.
Like we saw some of it. We saw Jesus and Musa at the end of last season, but they didn't even look at each other. They didn't shake each other's hand. It was just a weird. And I think
I was really bummed to see how frustrated he still was, though. He still looks so frustrated.
Oh no, he's still mad, and I think it's because he thinks maybe it's MLS blocking whatever deal he was trying to do, or
I mean that would piss me off too if I wanted to make a move.
It's the same issue we had with Kellen, right? Even Zimmerman was trying to go to Norway and we blocked that deal. So it's one of them things where like, where are we a sellers league or not type thing?
Yeah.
Right. It's these kids want to leave, right? And we have some deals where like how you didn't sell Zimmerman when you had the opportunity, but you sent Reggie to a team that didn't even pay you for 3 years. So
yeah, still hasn't, right? Is what we heard. So
and what's funny, somehow he owes them money. So I'm just like, yo,
what a world.
What
a world of football we live in.
So I mean, that being said, they paid Reggie's salary. They just didn't pay the team, which, and then another irony of MLS complaining about not getting solidarity payments. I'm like, you don't pay solidarity. If you don't pay them to academies in America, why would you expect to get paid?
Yeah. Why do you expect to be treated differently than the way you're treating people?
Anywho, so we're gonna wrap up the FC Dallas talk. We were road warriors for a while, but then we went back to the mean, I guess you would call it, right? We were playing above average away, and now we're reverting back to the mean.
Yeah, we got Cincinnati on Wednesday, right?
We do have Cincinnati on Wednesday, and so is it 4 games in 7 days or 4 games in 10 days? That's a lot of traveling.
Yeah. After the game on Saturday, we have a break at least.
So yeah, we play Cincinnati, which is actually a game I was actually looking to travel to. I think
I was debating that too.
Might be the only stadium I haven't been to. Yes, of the new post 2010 stadium. So it's them and then Philly. Yeah, Philly,
we play Philly on Saturday.
Philly's a strong team, so I'm not of these 2 games. I think we can probably squeeze something away from Cincinnati, but as far as I'm concerned,
yeah, I guess the conversation will all be about Lucho going back, right?
Yeah. So what do you final thoughts on this away trip by FC Dallas?
I think that we might be able to sneak something away from Cincinnati. We'll see what happens. I guess unfortunately it all depends on how Lucho's anger translates on the field. We'll see. But also, Cincinnati will be playing with a chip on their shoulder about it too, probably. I watched their game Saturday. I don't think they're a bad team. I definitely think they have the ability to beat us, not too crazily.
Since he is 9-2-4.
Yeah.
So 29.
I don't know. I'm not holding out for a result, but this team keeps doing weird stuff on the road, so let's see what happens. Mm-hmm. And honestly, man, I'm dreading the Philadelphia game.
Yeah, the Philly game is the one I'm a little concerned about, but it is what it is. But so
Philly scares me.
We are back at home on Saturday. Obviously, tailgates, usual place, usual time, red lots.
Come get some free beer.
Yeah, we will be setting up around 4:30. The tailgate officially starts at 5, but you're welcome to come join us at 4:30. Our chef, I don't know the menu this week, but we had crawfish boil last week, and though the weather did dampen spirits a little bit, we went through, I think, about half of the 60 pounds of crawfish that we made. So that was
it would be shocking to me if Matt didn't decide to do cheesesteaks for this game.
For Philly, I mean, that would be you know what? Come by anyway. Sign up for our newsletter. Sign up for our text threads. Subscribe to YouTube for this podcast and other announcements. We are Dallas Guardians on everything. So,
do you want to talk Trinity at all?
No, that's next. That's next up. This is the intermission. Yeah, this is.
Sorry, I thought you were closing off. I was like, wait.
This is the intermission where we get all the.
Sorry to ruin your vibe and your whole.
Yeah, no, there. Dallas Guardians on everything. YouTube, Spotify for this podcast, and so we're not doing a watch party this week, but obviously you know where to find the game. Apple TV, all streaming. Cincinnati 6:30 Central, and then
Derbyshire will have every FC Dallas game on.
Yes,
from what I understand. Yeah. So
if you go to Derbyshire on a Wednesday night, they have great. Their wings are fantastic from what I recall, and good beer. So. But yeah, so we look forward to seeing you all there at the tailgate on Saturday, the 31st, right? Correct? Yes.
Yes.
So we'll see you all there. Red lot, 4:30 to 5 o'clock, or 4:30, 5 o'clock start, and then right up until game time where we march in. So we're gonna make the transition here at the 40th minute for Dallas Trinity, and we're gonna talk about their what do you call it? Falling into the playoffs, maybe falling backwards into the playoffs.
Maybe.
So I'll let Hubert go on a little tangent here.
Man, the last few weeks have been so hard to watch. Defense getting pulled apart from weird stuff, and even in the Fort Lauderdale goal that got scored this game. By the way, the game was Fort Lauderdale against Dallas Trinity. If Trinity got the job done, I think they would have secured playoffs.
Yes.
Which would have been nice. Remind you that we were in second place, talking about getting home field advantage just a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now Dallas Trinity is looking in. I think we're sitting at 40 points, and the two teams above us are sitting at 41 points. And those two teams are playing each other. And Saturday is the last game of the season, regular season. If Dallas Trinity take care of business, they have a pretty decent chance of making the playoffs. Fort Lauderdale and what's the other team?
Power, I think DC Power.
Yeah, DC Power.
No,
I
no,
believe.
sorry,
Yeah.
Spokane.
Oh, Spokane Zephyr and Fort Lauderdale are playing each other on Saturday. They're sitting above Dallas Trinity with 41 points. Both of them still in playoff position.
Mhm.
If they tie and Dallas wins, they'll go through. Dallas Trinity.
Yeah.
If one of them wins and Dallas Trinity wins, Trinity are through. If Dallas Trinity ties,
well, no. So if we tie, I'm looking at it here. If we tie and one of them lose, we still go in because I'm
yes.
assuming goal difference is the same everywhere, and we're up 11, and they have 2 and 5. So
yeah, if one of basically we have to draw or win to go through. We
so
can't,
don't lose is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, don't lose. It's as simple as that. But you still got to hope that well, no, yeah, just do your job. That's it. I don't lose at home. It's as simple as that.
It is as simple as that.
I don't know. It's been so frustrating right now. I think if you talk to most Trinity fans, they're not feeling very confident about anything, even if they make playoffs, just because we're letting a lot of chances not go in, which is horrifying. And our defense just keeps getting pulled apart by the simplest things. If you go watch that Fort Lauderdale goal, man, I mean, they're just passing around our defense and pulling us apart like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the run in here. Last 5 games, draw, win, 3 losses on the trot.
And losses against teams that it mattered.
Yeah, and then to be honest, any one of those converted to a tie would have probably put us in a. We would be in third if any one of those losses had turned to a tie.
Yeah, we did ourselves a favor at the turnaround of the season for the spring side, and Leximissimo, Cameron Lancaster really helped propel the teams forward, and the offense got scary. We started calling it the Doomsday offense, and some of the parts that did that are still there. Tamaro, Bogu, Cameron Lancaster, Sealy Strawn. I mean, they're all quality parts. They're just haven't been able to convert the way they had been converting earlier in the season, and our defense isn't getting the job done, which isn't helping. Sucks to lose 1-0 though.
Yeah, I mean,
but all of these games, if you look at our last 3 losses, we're all within 1 goal, which is frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. At least we're tied for the Golden Boot. Allie is still doing, and I think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna be watching that. I definitely think she has it in her, and she likes to score at home. So let's hope she pulls that off and we win something out of it. I feel confident that this team can make the playoffs. We're playing against Carolina, who have already secured first place, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm not hoping for any favors, but oh no, they haven't secured first place yet. Tampa Bay could still.
No, Tampa Bay is
no, they can't. They've already played their game. Never mind.
Yeah.
So hopefully Carolina's maybe coming to chill out a little bit, but I doubt it because you want to keep your form going. Probably. I don't know. We've also had Carolina's number a little bit this season. Hopefully we can pull that off again. I just don't know. I'm curious what Coach McDonald is thinking is causing these issues on the field right now, and I'm curious to see what she's going to do to change things because nothing's fixing this right now.
We played Carolina end of March. They beat us 3-0. We played them November, so I guess spring or fall season. We beat them 1-0, and then before that we tied 2-2. So yeah, I mean this is the 4th meeting, and it's 1-2 and I guess because we haven't.
Yeah. Okay. So we're pretty even on that.
Yeah, we're 1-1-1 actually. So,
yeah. Okay. For some reason, I had a win in there squeezing.
No, I think you mean Brooklyn that we put.
I'm thinking Brooklyn. You're right. When they were in first, and I'm thinking Brooklyn. Either way, if you aren't going to the FC Dallas game, come out and support Dallas Trinity on their final game of the season. It's fan appreciation night. Hopefully, they'll have some stuff in store for us there. I will probably be at the Dallas Trinity game just because it's the last game of the season, and I think at this point I'm expected to be there.
Yeah, no, I recommend if you haven't been to a game all season, this is probably one to go. If they make
it's do or die, man. This might as well be playoff soccer.
Yeah, if they make it to the playoffs, I'm definitely gonna to hit one. I think I've only been to 2 games this year, so
The
that's
frustrating thing is they can't get a home playoff game now, from what I understand.
yeah. No, I'm looking at the standings. So if they win, they would get 43, which would still only put them in third.
Yeah,
So
but they might play against Tampa Bay or Carolina in the next round. And you know what?
is it 1-4-2-3? I think is that the playoff system?
That's what I think the structure is gonna be. I don't know that for a fact, though. I would assume just naturally.
Let me check the website right quick.
But I don't know. Might be a fun one to try to go out to for a playoff game if they make it.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, if we make it, well, no, I guess if we're third, you don't unless 1 and 2 lose, you're not going to get a home playoff game. But either
No,
way,
we're not getting a home one, unfortunately.
we will be doing a watch party for them along with the front office at Community, our sponsor. So feel free to come out. Community Beer Company.
Hey, community's been so helpful to Dallas Trinity, and they've, from what I understand, have been pretty good at sponsoring, and their watch parties have been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I've been really impressed. I think they've consistently had like 30 people or so at those watch parties, which has been really cool.
yeah, no, it's been again. It's this how you grow grassroots soccer, right? You pick a great location with great food and great beer, and everybody comes out and show out.
Be
I don't know
consistent.
I don't know what the turnout for us was for FC Dallas. Again, I was out of town for that game. So, but side note,
Afternoon games are tricky too, so
if you can't make it to it, I just wanted to make a note. Peacock is the streaming partner for USL Super Cup. So I think are they still $4.99 a month for
I
Peacock?
couldn't tell you that for sure. I'll be honest.
I think it is with commercials. I don't know how NBC makes it or Universal makes any money that low with streaming, but yeah, I think that is the with commercials though. But I think in the game you don't actually get commercials, so that's the upside.
No, not in game at all.
So yeah, Peacock is their streaming site, and I think that's even to the final. I don't think they have a regular broadcaster, but we shall see. I don't know. The USL tends to make deals late sometimes, so
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if they got on broadcast somehow.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what network it'd be on. Maybe NBC Sports it's not a thing anymore, so I don't know. They'll,
Yeah,
they'll
I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll figure something out.
yeah, but
Maybe something will happen with CBS since
yeah,
USL's got
but
to deal with them.
Peacock is the streaming location. Community is the watch party location. Dealer's choice this weekend. FC Dallas and the Trinity play. I think Trinity's at 7, so we might actually see if we can get that game on.
Yeah, Trinity at 7, FC Dallas at 7:30.
But so that should be fun. I'll be watching on my phone at the FC Dallas game. Hubert will be at
The opposite at
yeah,
the
yeah.
Trinity game.
So if you see either of us, come say hello. Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Any final thoughts this week? I mean, it's a crowded week. I mean, that's
Yeah.
three on the road, 1 at home in 4
Look,
games. That's pretty awesome.
if you need another reason to come to the Dallas Trinity game, like Marcus said, Ali Thornton is tied in first place for the Golden Boot against Carolina's player, Mia Corbin, for 12 goals. So it's a battle of the Golden Boots that
For
day.
sure. So either neither of them score and they get to share it, or one or the other make something happen. So it should be either way. That's something. I wonder if they'll present.
I wonder. I imagine they would.
Yeah,
I don't know that for a fact. I'll find out.
How often do you think that happens where 2 Golden Boot players are playing the last game of the season?
Either way, it's really exciting to see that happen, and hopefully we'll get some finishing.
Yeah, no. So yeah, US Super League has been really fun.
Can't wait for it to grow a little bit though.
I think next season will be pretty awesome because I think the way it's going to line up is that the end of their season starts right before the World Cup. So if they do marketing right, they might get a little bit of excitement. But yeah, no, I think we'll dive in more about the behind the scenes business stuff on our eventual USL podcast. But it's always the same thing: support local soccer. Oh, sorry. Speaking of that, quick note.
Oh yeah,
Chupacabras got 3,200. Is that
no? It's 36, wasn't it?
30. Yes, 3,600 first game.
Yeah, 32 is what Sherman did their first game.
That's right.
That's what it was.
I got you.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Texoma also. Speaking of Texoma, I'm going to make that trip though. But back-to-back wins after not winning in their first 6 or 7 games. So
yeah, something's coming together. They changed formation or something, I believe.
Yeah, they beat the defending champions in Omaha, and then this last game, I don't even remember who they played, but Yeah, so USL 2 season has started, and we have the newcomer McKinney Chupacabras, which I don't quite understand why a team in McKinney has that name, but who cares? Um, oh, also, so we discussed this a couple years back. You can all these teams, all the USL 2 and NPSL teams have streams. So if you go on YouTube and you just search for the team, Texas, what's the Fort Worth?
The Vaqueros?
The Vaqueros. So they have a YouTube channel. McKinney has a YouTube channel. So if you want to watch these more local, 9 times out of 10, this is how far streaming has come. All you really need is like $1,000 camera or less, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you can probably stream on a YouTube channel. So there is that. Or at the very least record and then upload onto YouTube eventually.
Worth mentioning that McKinney's going to have watch parties at the Celt, I think, all season for their away games too.
Oh, that's
at the
awesome.
Celt in McKinney, if you want to get up there or you're in that area. But yeah, so McKinney lost their first game, won their second one. They lost their second one to Denton Diablos. So the Denton Diablos have won a game and lost a game. Interestingly, they both lost to Little Rock.
Oh, look, and how Little Rock is in this district is weird to me, but that's, I mean,
Little Rock apparently is a good team. I have no idea.
Little Rock is one of them that, to be honest, if they could find I mean, not a billionaire, but a multi-millionaire, I think they could move up.
Yeah, I like that.
There's no professional anything in Arkansas. Like, I know the Ozarks are trying
They
to
got
go.
the Razorbacks as their big thing, right?
Well, yes, college.
Not
college.
pro. Yeah.
Yeah. I know the Ozarks is trying to do a professional team. They're doing a whole development stadium thing, so they're not coming till 2027.
Do you know where?
I think I don't know. I think a lot of teams are actually planning on 27 to get the World Cup hype, but I think 6 months from the end of the World Cup to the beginning of USL might be a little too far.
See what happens.
But yeah, no. So yeah, support local soccer, man. USL 2 is ultra local. We also have League of Cups, also I think starting soon. There are a couple of local teams for that too. We'll get more information on that.
Yeah, we should hit the League of Clubs or whatever during that USL episode, maybe as well.
So
just a quick.
Yeah. So we won't call it the USL episode. We'll call it the lower division episode, and we'll cover all these teams for sure.
Can we just call it the not MLS episode?
Yeah, we can do that. Well, no, because then that makes MLS the center. So yes, we'll call it the lower.
You're right. I just hate calling them lower league.
I mean, it is. I don't have the problem.
Yeah, I know. I just hate calling it that.
You know, it's not minor league. Minor league, I have an issue with.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right,
lower league is a different thing. But yeah, so support local soccer, support local breweries. Albums this week are Chicago and I Am by Nas. And if y'all watch this podcast close enough, you know Nas is my favorite. I have 13 of his 15 vinyls, and I'm hunting down the rest of them. And then Chicago, one of the many bands named after cities, and $100 if you can name the rest of them.
The only good one, actually.
Kansas
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Kansas is not bad. Come on now.
Kansas isn't the city; it's just the state.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea if that's.
But yeah, so yeah, no, it's been a hell of a week. So we plan on either I or Hubert plan on seeing you guys this weekend, either at Trinity or FC Dallas. Come tailgate with us.
Free beer at both tailgates.
Free beer at both tailgates, provided by our sponsor, Community. Shout out to them. It's been pretty awesome. And again, shout out to all the people who are still listening at the 53rd minute. We hope to see
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it was like, we love you.
But we don't have Dennis's charm this episode. Why are you still here?
Yeah, fair enough. But so we'll see y'all then. And like, share, and subscribe. Support local soccer, support local breweries, and we're out. Peace.
Bye.